No, Shabbat is Rain.
Okay, so
Rain is a young man who just graduated from the university.
Yes.
From the University of Kavian. I looked into him. I say, this man doesn't have any experience. But he comes from a really home. Let me give him my job, isn't it? So, first of all, you should celebrate that the governor picked a youth. I just graduated to get here and give him a job. Now, he made some mistake, right? I have instructed going forward all the staff within the governor's office to be taken to the school of government so that they are trained well on public relations, how to handle people, and they also grow because we have a duty of mentoring. I mean, if I sack him today, right? I'll need now to go and bring an older man who have worked as a PA or made some mistake or something.
I'm saying you will be sacked or anything, but the people around you should learn basic communication skills, basic conduct, and basic human decency.
And that's why
failure to which you cannot come and talk to us arrogantly and
I agree.
people around you.
I agree. And that is why I've said for us to grow this year, and not just them, across the county government, we want to, create a school of government, to work with school of government. I say change your mind now. You're no longer a blogger. You are no longer an activist in the university. Back then in the university, I stuck on myself. Let me tell you a story. And this is why it's important as young men to understand. I was sacked in a job immediately after I graduated from the university, because back then I was secretary in the university. So when I graduated, there was the arrogance of being a proper academic. My English is not a bad. You should feel you want school well. So in this place I was working, the boss tried to say something, and I shut him up, and I was sacked. It is when I realize now that it's a different thing in the university, and it's a different thing coming to do what? To work in a workplace, isn't it? So permit me, Wakili, that we would organize mentorship program, not only for Rainy and those who are working by. I'm sending them to KSG for training, but we also want to organize one in the county government. And let me give you an example. A young man from this county wanted a job, and there was an opening at 9. Yeah? So I asked Governor Sack, this boy has a first-class honors and has all the qualifications. Can you help me if it is possible, because I take it as a governor. For 10 years, there was nothing called youth in country in Kenya County, isn't it? I developed the first program, which just ended, and you're going to advertise soon after. 300 interns, 10 in everyone, isn't it? As we talk now, while they were in their tanks, 20 of them who were able to link them with the institutions they were looking for. I remember Family Bank took around 5, Cooperative took some others, another organization, and they are now working, and they are permanent resident over time. So we are also going to have other interns coming up. It is a way of getting the graduates to link them with the theory and the market, and to pay them now for this should be talking that iron surges, because they will have had a semblance of government. As we speak today, Kericho County is not the county in the 47 counties, but I've taken an intentional move to. I was privileged today as the leader of this county. With a lot of humility and praise, we have had a very robust discussion with our agencies. It is always very exciting to listen to these good souls and beautiful and brainy young men and women who really hold the county in high esteem. So part of the discussion we have had, you remember they've been agitating in the last few weeks. There's a few things here in the county, but today I was privileged to meet with them under the invitation, and I honored the invitation. They have raised genuine concerns. The concern they have raised about conflicts of interest in the tendering processes. I have promised them that I will look into it. We will do a forensic audit to see really if there was, because they have raised questions that the assembly, or rather the MCS, were the one that were doing contracts in the county, and maybe other staff in the county. I have promised them to do a forensic audit of the same, and further to it, I've equally promised them and commit myself as the governor that once the system, if is open, we are going to put an open tender to all the works in the county, since there are concerns that RFQs seems to be abused. And so I have committed to the youth of Kericho that we are going to do an open tender, and my appeal to all the youth is that please advertise. Once you advertise, kindly apply, because we will reserve works for people living with disability, work for the youth, and all that, and I hope they will do the same. Secondly, we've been able also to discuss about their place in the county government. I have then indicated to them that we have been able to be one of the first counties in the first financial year, the last financial year, to employ 300 interns, which I'm happy we pay them. And we are going to advertise soon another 300, which will also help other young graduates to tie the skills to the market and what they have. Fortunately, we have 3,000 youths who are undergoing skilled labor, and this is under full sponsorship from the county. We have equally committed that we are going to build a common user facility, and not only that, we are going to also increase the numbers as we move to the next coming year. Lastly, is that our Gen Zs have also asked us for accountability, and they have asked us for proper governance. And I want to reinstate this, that we are all, the power we have as leaders, and this is important for everybody, is donated. The power belongs to the people. And the youth that we have now, not only in Kericho, but across the country, raise legitimate concerns, and they raise issues. And that is why, for me, I felt like even the issues they've been raising all along are quite very genuine issues. Matters nepotism, matters, poor governance, matters, failure to public participation and all that. And I have agreed with them that they are doing so. They have also asked me about the business permits. And I said, of course, as a county executive, we do the estimates of the budget, we send to the assembly for we do the first public participation. We approve in the executive, it is sent to the assembly for public participation. But I have committed to them that in the next few weeks, we are going to have another public participation with an attempt of doing 24, 25 financial year finance bill, which have not done yet as a county. But as we are doing this, we look to review the rates. If they are high, we bring them down so that we protect our businesses, because we know the economy is quite hurting, and you answering questions. And immediately I tried to escape from Senate on the day Nairobi was panning, and I took the jacket of my security and a mask. Little did I know that I've taught in many universities. Maybe you could have done this better, you would have done this way. They haven't asked me a question on my PA, that they say they wrapped up some old woman, and I have offered apologies on behalf of my PA, but also realized that my PA, in my attempt to help the youth. Yes. Okay, revenue. In the year 20, when I took up the revenue for Kericho County was 522 million. In the year, financial year 22-23, I pushed the revenue to 775 million. In the year ending, we just ended 2024, our revenue is 825 million. There have been progress, but I want to admit also there have been loopholes here and there. And when we seal all these loopholes of revenue leakages, we stand raised by not only the agencies but the members of the public, that they have been denied an opportunity to participate in the tenders of Kericho. And I have ordered for a forensic audit to all the work that was done last year. And of course, if that will be found, the culpable people at the procurements and the CEO who are able to keep those work. Further, they have indicated to me that the source of these problems is made easy through RFQs as a tendering process. And that is why I have instructed that going forward, we're not going to have RFQs, but we are going to have most or almost 90% of or almost everything under open tender, so that people can compete equally and competitively. However, we will be working to really understand if that has been happening, and if it has been, then I really, sincerely believe that's very wrong. It's conflict of interest, because you can't earn a salary at the same time work on a tender. It is just complete wrongly and really wrong, and we are going to work on that. Right now, we don't have